Hello, St. John's School. I'm so excited to have this opportunity to tell you about an incredible trip to Arizona. My name is Tirell and I'm a school engagement coordinator at MASIH. I want to take about 20 to 25 minutes to tell you a little bit about who MASIH is, how we got started, and of course, a little bit about your trip next March break. Let's start with who MASIH is. Well, MASIH is a social enterprise, and we are guided by our name, me to we. It's about going from me thinking to we acting. Everything we do is guided by that philosophy. MASIH was born out of an idea that we can change the world with our everyday actions. Everything that we do has an impact on those around us. So the MASIH philosophy was born from that. MASIH as a social enterprise was created to support the work of Free the Children. Free the Children, the international charity working with countries around the world to help developing communities break the cycle of poverty, and working locally to empower people to know that they can make a difference every day, that they can empower themselves, empower others, and that they can change the world. Simple actions often have great results. This is IQBAL. He was born in 1983 in Pakistan. This is IQBAL. At the age of 4, he was sold into child slavery to pay off a debt of $16. This is Craig Kielberger. At the age of 4, he used to love riding his tricycle up and down the sidewalk. When IQBAL was 10, he broke free of child slavery and traveled the world speaking out against the carpet mafia that had enslaved him. When Craig was 10, he was learning his times tables. He was hanging out with friends after school. He was playing soccer. When IQBAL was 12, and Craig was 12, he read this article, an article that inspired him. Being 12 himself, reading out a child that was murdered for speaking out against something that was wrong. Craig connected to this article. He took it to school with him that day. He read it in front of his classmates and challenged them. He said, "I don't know what child labor is, but I know that it's wrong. Who will help me?" 11 hands went up in the air, and with Craig, 12-year-olds founded Free the Children. After doing some research, learning a little bit more about child labor, Craig realized he wanted to go out and learn more. Wanted to go learn more firsthand about these issues. So Craig went on a trip that inspired him to take Free the Children from a group of 12-year-olds and grow it into the international charity that it is today. A trip that inspired him. We want to give every young person that opportunity to go on a life-changing journey. That trip that Craig took was the inspiration for MASIH trips. So on a MASIH trip, you're going to go learn about issues of the world, issues of the region. You're going to explore yourself. You're going to develop yourself as a leader, and you're going to learn about a new culture. Youth that come back from a MASIH trip come back with incredible confidence because they've learned about these issues, because they put their skills to test. They come back more likely to lead action on social issues they're passionate about. They're also more likely to use their education, use their experience to solve those social issues because they've had experience doing it in Arizona. They come back more confident to take on those problems that they see in their own community. And with that broadened world perspective, with those challenges that they overcame on the trip, they bring back that confidence, and that naturally leads to more confident public speaking. Now it's time for a question that I will put out to you, the youth in the audience. And that's, what's your legacy? What impact do you want to have on this world? It's a question I ask every young person going on a MASIH trip because it's a question that Craig asked himself going on his trip. It's a question that he brought with him, and he found an incredible answer. Before we get into that trip, I wanted to just touch on safety. Parents know that when you send your child on a MASIH trip, they are extremely safe. We have been running trips for over 12 years, 15 years now, without major safety or security incidents. And that's because safety is our number one priority, and we take an extremely proactive approach. We have a risk management team that is dedicated to all their travelers' safety. They work with the travel advisories. They work with our in-country team in Arizona. We have highly trained midweek facilitators, and we include travel medical, interruption, and cancellation insurance in all our packages. If there are questions around safety and you want to have more of a conversation, whether that be with the risk management team or myself, happy to answer those. Now, let's get into your trip to Arizona. March break 2017. Arizona, one of the most biodiverse places in the world. It is an incredible journey, and I'm so excited that you've decided to explore this beautiful place.
It's a wonderful experience. It's beautiful, warm, and it will change the way you think about the world.
Coming here to Arizona, you're in a different place. You're out of your natural environment.
From the compost to the ground to the food that we're intaking, it's all one big circle.
We're introducing them to some of the issues that are facing this community that are very real, looking at ways that we can be environmentally sustainable and conscious, looking at our footprint in the environment.
We've mostly done a lot of environmental things, trying to help the ecosystems. We learned a lot about the wildlife. We've planted trees to create wind shelters for the gardens.
They're really getting so many different issues about what's going on here geopolitically or with the environment.
I've learned a lot of leadership. We've had to lead our own games and try to be a leader in some group activities.
I learned how to treat Mother Nature and the planet Earth properly with respect and to leave every place better than when you came there.
You get to bond with your friends, you get to meet new people, and you get to leave a positive, lasting impact.
Windsong is very different. The building itself is such a beautiful, open home and open concept and architecture of everything, and then the view around here is so nice, and waking up in the morning and seeing the sunrise behind the mountains is amazing.
I know they're going to be talking about this for weeks to come. They just absolutely have learned so much about whether it be permaculture or survival skills.
People should come on this Arizona trip if they're interested in very real social justice and environmental justice issues, learning about what it takes to live and work in your own community.
There's so many things that you can help with, and there's people who need your help. I just want to help change the world.
You will fly from Vancouver to Tucson, where you will be met at the airport. By your Me to We facilitators. These are two of the most incredible, intelligent, fun people you ever meet in your life, and they will meet you at the airport. They will be with you 24/7, and are there for a couple of reasons. They're not just tour guides, but they are there to help you make meaning of your trip, help you develop yourself. So they're going to lead you through different social issues and leadership modules every day of the trip. They're going to challenge you to take leadership roles on the trip, to challenge your leadership skills, test your communication skills, test your teamwork skills. They're there to also ensure you're having a safe journey. You will be staying at our Windsong Peace and Leadership Center, an eco ranch, a place for you to explore issues of the world, environmental issues, social issues, border issues, a place for you to get to know yourself, to develop yourself, a place to explore, a place of beauty, a place of magic. It is in the desert, so you will be surrounded by cactus. You will be seeing different wildlife. They actually have some domesticated wolves that are constantly prowling around, and don't worry, they are quite safe. They are fun to pet. They are beautiful animals. And just to give you a look at the inside of the ranch, you can see it's quite unique. Gender divided bedrooms. They are bunk style, anywhere between 6 and 10 per room. Each room has its own bathroom. There's a library. There's lots of open space for activities that your facilitators will lead you through. A little bit of time for relaxation after those long days of exploring and journeying out into the desert and doing those different service acts that you'll be taking while you're in Arizona. You may not know what life is like on an eco ranch, but you're about to find out. At Windsong, as an eco ranch, they've made a goal of having zero waste. That means throwing out nothing. So that requires a lot of skill, like growing food, having wildlife, having different challenges. So you'll get to explore the wildlife at Windsong. There is, I believe, 68 different types of animals there, and you'll get a chance to explore the gardens and see the food that's growing, what they're using to reduce that ecological footprint, and how you can challenge yourself to take those same learnings back home and reduce your ecological footprint, your family's ecological footprint, and have a more positive impact on the environment. Having a goal of zero waste comes with some daily activities. So every day you'll have to do some daily ranch activities. That could be working in the gardens, picking your food for that night. It could be going to the chicken coop and harvesting eggs, working with the animals, working with the plants, using the resources that are naturally there to create a sustainable future, create a sustainable life. So you'll learn these skills, you'll get to try them out every day and get better and better and explore the beauty that is around you. Because I promise there is beauty. You are in the Patagonia desert. You will get a chance to go out and explore what it means to be in Patagonia. Explore the beautiful country that is around you. Your in-country team will lead you on a wilderness trek. You'll go hiking in the Patagonia. You'll go explore the desert, explore the flora, explore the fauna, explore what is the Patagonia. Just an incredible sight, so definitely bring your camera this day. Each day of the trip will have a service component. So whether that's working at a local organization, challenging the world to become more sustainable, or working at the ranch with the animals or with the gardens, each day you'll be challenged to think about how you impact those around you, how you impact the world, and how you can continue to do a greater job of that, how you can continue to positively impact those around you, the world around you, because that's what the whole point of the trip is about. You can't talk about sustainability without talking about permaculture. Permaculture meaning working with the environment, working with the world to make it a better place than you left it. Permaculture is a type of farming, and you'll go to deep dirt farms and learn about it. You get to try your hand at permaculture, supporting this organization that's trying to create a more sustainable world. They'll give you tips and tricks that you can take back home to your gardens. You want to grow incredible tomatoes or cucumbers, bring those tips and tricks back home and teach your family, teach your friends, teach your classmates. Maybe it becomes a school project, how you can feed the needy here in Vancouver. One of the greatest parts of the trip is making new friends. It could be making a better connection with somebody here at St. John's. It could be a student that you meet at Mexicayo, a school you'll visit, a school that isn't teaching the traditional curriculum in Arizona. They're learning both indigenous and Mexican cultures. They're learning about indigenous and Mexican history. They're learning about dance traditions. They're teaching their own cultures, and the students that go there are going to take you on a journey throughout their school. They'll teach you why they're there, and you'll get to meet kids your own age in another country. You'll get to connect with them and find out what their inspirations and passions are, how they're taking action in their community. And they'll challenge you. They'll say, what can you do for your community? And it'll be a great opportunity to meet some kids your own age, connect with them, and build lifelong friendships. Living in the desert isn't an easy thing. Don't worry, you'll be at Windsong, where there's incredible food, incredible comforts, but you'll also go to Ravens Way and explore how you would survive if you were left out in the desert. So developing some really critical leadership skills here, some really critical teamwork skills here, learning how to start a fire with nothing but 2 sticks, learning how to find water in the desert when you have none. You'll be led through these different activities and be challenged. And you might be able to start a fire, you might not. Not every group does, but we'll see what you can do. Being at Windsong in Tucson, you're not too far from the Mexico-American border. and you'll get a chance to explore the issues that surround it from both sides. You'll get a chance to talk to a local border officer and learn about what his daily life is like, his daily routine, the challenges of being in his job. And you'll also get to hear from the other side, the indigenous people of that region, what the border has meant for them being erected after living there for hundreds of years before there was ever a border and they'd cross daily. Now they can't. And what that has meant for their communities, how it's challenged them, and how they still don't believe there should be a border there. You'll get to talk about those issues and how they're coming up in politics. An incredible couple of days and an incredible way to explore something that's very topical firsthand. Throughout your trip, as I mentioned, a part of it will be service. A part of it will be culture, learning about the indigenous culture, learning about the Mexican culture. And the final piece, which is extremely important when you talk about travel, and that is reflection. So every night, you will be led through different leadership and social issues workshops. You will be challenged to lead your own games and challenged to develop leadership skills on this trip. You will hear from different experts. You will learn about different issues, and you're going to be challenged. Your facilitators will ask you to take something you learned from this trip, take a passion, and take action when you get back home. Which segues perfectly back to the question, and that's, what's your legacy? What impact do you want to have on this world? What impact do you want to have on those around you? Craig, when he was a young boy, he knew that he wanted to abolish child slavery. He knew that he wanted to help communities break the cycle of poverty. And that was his lifelong goal. Midway trips, you often have these aha moments, and you find these answers to incredible questions. So I challenge you, bring this question with you, and you might just find the answer. Next, I'm going to walk you through some of the logistical details of the trip, hopefully answer all your questions. But just so you know, there will be another pre-departure presentation for all those that sign up. We'll have a presentation in the next school year where we will get you prepared with packing lists, get you prepared to travel, give you tips and tricks for successful travel, and we'll set you up to have an incredible and meaningful experience. Now for the logistics. Trip dates, March 18th to the 26th, 2017. That is a 9-day trip, and the most the trip will cost is $3,465. I repeat, that is the most the trip will cost. Typically, we see it come down quite a bit, depending on the number of students that sign up. What's included in that? Almost everything. Airfare, accommodations, all meals, all snacks, purified bottled water with you the entire trip, all transportation while in country, all activities, insurance, travel, medical, interruption and cancellation, 2 midway facilitators, and your in-country team in Arizona who are incredible. Additional costs, visas, of course, for Canadians entering to the United States, there are none. For international students, we will support you. If there are any international students, just let me know. Spending money, but that is only for souvenirs. To reserve your spot on the trip, a $250 deposit is due by June 30th. Trip registration will happen in November, and final payment won't be due until December. I just wanted to send a huge thank you to Jan for organizing tonight, for putting this trip in motion. It has been a lot of work to get this trip out to students, out to parents, but now it's here. So we're so excited to see you in Arizona next March break. If you had any questions that weren't answered tonight, there's my contact information. I am too happy to have a conversation about this trip. I'm extremely passionate about these experiences. I went on one myself. It had a great impact on my life. It's inspired a lot of what I'm doing now. If there's any questions, students, parents, teachers, anything, do not hesitate to reach out. Look forward to chatting soon.